Para você que está acompanhando o Nubank Ultravioleta IRONMAN Brasil, seguimos aqui com mais uma entrevista internacional. Senhoras e senhores, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the professional triathlete from Serbia. I need your help. Ognjen
Stojanovic.
Stojanovic.
Very
Okay.
good.
Very good. Is your first time in Brazil?
Yeah, first time that I'm in Brazil. I was only in the airport many years ago, like in 2011, going
very
through Rio and Sao Paulo airport, but I never actually entered the country. So yeah, first time.
Very good.
Great.
And why do you choose Brazil? Why Brazil? There's a lot of races in Europe. Why Brazil?
So my first race was Ironman Texas in this year.
Okay.
So my goal for this year is to qualify for Kona. So in November, December, I decided I will do Texas. And somehow Brazil was always like second option in case I don't do Texas well or I don't get the slot. Like Brazil is good opportunity to go next. So immediately after the Texas, I signed for Brazil.
And how was your preparation for this race?
Very good, yeah. I had really good winter. Even for Texas, I was in really good shape, but the race was not good for me. And also the block of training after the Texas for this race was pretty good. I had 1 month of really good training, and I feel that I'm pretty, in a good shape.
Do you know the race? Do you know the other competitors?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember the race also from last year. I follow. I mean, I'm in the sport since 2005, so I'm a long time in the sport. I like the sport, so I follow a lot of races. I like to study athletes' results, different races. So of course I know about the history and about the course, about the times, and the athletes for sure. I raced with them plenty of times. So yeah, I think that there will be not announced. I think it's pretty open race. I think that's what will make the special this year because there's some really good guys, but I don't think nobody is too much about the others. So I think a lot of things can happen during the race.
You did challenge Samorinha.
Yeah, last weekend.
You not fatigue a lot of races.
Actually, because I only had Texas this year and a lot of training during winter and stuff, I intentionally wanted to do 1/2 distance before Brazil. I think it will give me a bit of edge and also, to enter a bit of racing, rhythm. So I know with the travel and everything, it was a bit tight, but to be honest, I recovered very well, travel went really well, so I feel like I didn't race for the weekend. So yeah. 2 years ago, I did one time half distance, and then next week I went Frankfurt. Challenge Almere, which is full distance race, and I felt good. So I have experience with this double, so it's not something that I try for the first time. Otherwise, I would not risk it. So that was the reason why I choose to do it.
Great. And now we're recording on Thursday. The race is on Sunday. What do you do in these days? Do you rest? Are you so anxious, anxiety?
No, actually, I'm really, easygoing guy in terms of I don't have, adrenaline before the race. I'm kind of feeling normal because I'm so much time in sport. I'm 31 years in sport. I was swimming before doing triathlon, so I did 300 races. So maybe for me, it's normal day. But yeah, these days I still train. There's still some kind of training. Today I did 94-kilometer of bike. Now I will go for a run. Of course, I train less than in normal training period, but maybe my taper is not so much as for some other guys. I don't know. For me, it's also important to stay active, to feel better on the race day.
Great.
In Brazil, we see European guys like more serious. In Brazil, you are more funny, party, relax. Do you like this way of Brazilian?
I guess those are stereotypes. Of course, you have maybe Germans are famous for being too serious and stuff. But I don't know. I was training with Brazilians full winter. In 2011, I started to train with Sergio Santos, Portuguese coach. So I was living in one winter in Rio Maior. Pamela was there. Igor Amorelli was there. Diego.
I didn't know that.
Bruno. So I know a lot of Brazilians. So I shared a few months of my life with them. So I know. The mentality, the spirit, as you said, of course, they're more happy, more open, and it's nice, it's always nice to be close to Brazilians. So, maybe also, that helped me meeting different kind of people to also become a bit open myself, because when I started triathlon, I was also a bit more closed, more quiet and stuff. So yeah.
One more thing about the course record here, 7 hours, 31 minutes. Luciano Tacconi, I think you know him. Do you think it can be broken?
I think everything is possible. I mean, we see every year, every race, like just new things happen. If you look Texas, I mean, it's crazy the times and everything. And just 2 years ago, if you say to somebody, it's impossible. So I think it's important to not have limits in the brain, because otherwise, if you limit yourself in advance, then it's hard to perform actually. If it will be easy to break it, of course not. Maybe the winner will go 740. You never know, because also it depends a lot on race conditions. Depends a lot of race dynamics, because also depends, if the big first group, small first group, if somebody try really hard on the bike. I mean, so many things can happen. I think in a race which is almost 8 hours long, it's really hard to predict the things, especially in a field like this, which I said I think is really open. So let's see. You never know. We need to be mentally ready to go fast.
Very good.
Vamos lá?
Okay.
Some quick questions, okay? Do you like soccer?
Not much.
Not too much, but you know there will be the World Cup.
Yeah.
Who you think will be the best player of the World Cup?
The thing is, I don't follow soccer, so for me it's hard to say. I read some, prognosis that Portugal have a good team.
Yeah.
I read something about Brazil. I don't know if Greece or some other team, they say it's strong, but to be honest, I don't follow it, and I'm not a big fan of the sport, so I cannot say much.
No problem.
Okay.
Brazil is a soccer.
But I know in Brazil it's a main sport.
And how and when was your first triathlon race?
My first triathlon race was in 2003, when I was still swimmer. I just do it for fun. I was young. I saw the poster in my city, triathlon, so it was fun to try, something new. And I did it, but I was not impressed. Let's say I did it and forgot about it. And then 2 years later, in 2005, I again did it. And after that, I said, I like this sport. It's not boring like swimming. Like I want to try it. So yeah.
And how many grams of carbo we will get?
On the bike, around 150. On the run, around 100.
It's
I mean,
good,
that's the
right?
plan, but I'm also open to adaptations during the race, because, as I said, it depends of the conditions, of the heat, humidity, how hard you go, so there is some, range.
And what's your dream in triathlon?
Dream?
Yeah.
Phew, it's hard to say, of course. I guess it's this typical, Olympic Games and Kona is two biggest races in the sport. For Olympic Games, I missed for one spot for Tokyo. Kona, I missed for 38 seconds 2 years ago. Andre Lopez took it in Texas. So for both dreams, it was like this. So maybe I still need to try to go for Kona, and also maybe try to go for Olympics. So yeah, let's see.
Okay, and the last one. If you can choose one music when you get the finish line, which music you?
I'm not sure, but usually I don't like this music when it's pumped. Like, even I don't train with music, but sometimes when I train, I like more relaxing music.
Great.
I don't know why. Maybe because I feel better doing it.
Great,
Very good.
great.
That makes sense.
Great race for you on Sunday.
Have a good
Thank you
race.
so much.
Thank you for the invitation.
Ok. Valeu, gente.